Hey, what's up? Serpentine19 here, taking a look at the third-person shooter Dizzel, developed by NSStudio and NeoWiz. Currently in open beta, the game is heavily focused on using cover to your advantage. Dizzel currently has 5 different game modes, all of which are PvP based. Team Deathmatch, Demolition, Predator, and Annihilation. The first 3 modes are pretty self-explanatory, but as for the others, Predator mode adds a slightly new mechanic to the traditional Team Deathmatch mode by having one member of a team randomly change into the Predator that can one-shot enemy soldiers with one melee strike. The time as Predator is short and will move to another player shortly after. As for Annihilation mode, this has one team as normal soldiers fighting it out against a team of super soldiers that can only use melee attacks. The gun handling has a bunch of recoil, making long bursts of fire almost useless beyond a couple of meters. The controls are fairly similar to other shooter games, with the only exception being sprint and roll. Instead of having sprint on shift, you have to double tap W, and if you jump or roll, the sprint will be cancelled, which can be annoying in some situations. Rolling instead takes the shift key as its bind and can have you rolling randomly when trying to get away. Dizzel also has you automatically entering cover when you get close to a wall or something waist high while crouching. You can fire enemies while in cover without fully revealing yourself, but you will take a significant accuracy decrease. There is some awkwardness when shooting on the right side of a wall, as the first few shots go straight into the wall, and if you aim, your character jumps out of cover completely open to enemy fire. But overall, the system works really well. Once you do finally get shot down, you go into a kind of last stand mode. You can't attack or move, but you can delay the time before you die, so that a teammate can come over and pick you up, giving you a small percentage of your health back. The weapons of choice in Dizzel are a primary gun, which can be an assault rifle, shotgun or sniper rifle, a melee weapon that is somewhat ridiculous in size as you drag it on the ground behind you, and finally a grenade. There are activatable skills that can be used once your skill bar fills up, and be sure to use them because you lose your skill bar progress on death. Skills include a damage reduction shield and a damage booster as examples. The graphical quality in Dizzel is subpar, with blurry textures not only on the environment but on the characters and weapons as well. It seems that the aim of this was to increase the frame rate, as I was getting around 250 to 300 frames per second. However, a game doesn't have to look this bad to reach those FPS heights, Counter-Strike Global Offensive being a great example of this. At the moment, Dizzel looks like it was meant to release 5 years ago. There is also a shadow error that can break any kind of competitive play, with players' shadows appearing through solid objects revealing their position. The character sounds in game could use some more work. Walking around sounds like you're walking around in wet shoes for what is meant to be the sound of your gear rattling. The guns, however, actually do match the source gun fairly well, and the melee weapons sounds provide a nice amount of weight, making it extremely enjoyable to use. The additional features in the game include a ranked leaderboard to see how you shape up against other players, a clan system, and an in-game shop to purchase guns, swords, and other customization items. Everything you buy will have some sort of stats tied to it, including clothes and other gear, so purchases do need to be thought about for optimal builds or your personal play style. Being the game it is, Dizzel should have aimed for much higher fidelity graphics. The core mechanics of the game are pretty good and enjoyable, but other games also have these core mechanics down and look much better. The maps in game could also do with a little added personality. If you're looking for a PvP third-person shooter, Dizzel comes in at the lower half of third-person shooters currently available, but that doesn't mean the game is bad, it just needs some final touches to become competitive with other free-to-play games in its genre. That's been my player preview of the free-to-play third-person shooter Dizzel. Check out the links below if you're interested in the game, and I'll see you guys next time.